Hey everybody, and it is so good to be here live on my personal page, which I usually don't do. But my message today has to do with something that's universal that we're all experiencing, and that is Mercury retrograde. So, if you're not familiar with Mercury retrograde, it is when our planet, Mercury, the planet of communication, appears to go, hmm. Oh, well, I'm trying this anyway. I am getting a message, but we'll see. So, anyway, it is when our planet Mercury appears to be moving backwards. It's not really, but it just sends things sends life in a tizzy, and things slow down. If you notice that you might be waiting for people to get back to you or for things to happen and it's not, it's because we are in this period, which usually it lasts around 3 weeks, but there's also a shadow period in the beginning of that retrograde period. So we're affected for a little longer than 3 weeks, and then there's a shadow period afterwards. So Mercury is going to start going direct again on October 18th. Now, the shadow period after it starts to go direct usually is when I feel the effects. Mercury retrograde usually doesn't affect me. This time it did. And I just wanted to share my little story because you might be noticing things are going awry, things need your attention. And if things are trying to get your attention, then I say pay attention to them and give them the time that they deserve. Now, I also want to say that I'm a certified money breakthrough method coach, which is not about financial planning. It is about really rewriting your old money story. And it is about creating wealth in different ways, though, not about investing or anything like that, although, of course, that could be part of it. So, Mercury retrograde, what does this have to do with Mercury retrograde? Well, Mercury retrograde is a time when things start to really break down to get your attention. And these things that break down, in most cases, are causing money leaks in not only business, but in life. And my story is about my computer, something that happened and I would have put it off. I was getting a message every time I logged into a particular site that I use every single day. And I was going to just let it go, but it was really, really annoying me. And I thought, well, I'll call Apple tomorrow. Well, in the meantime, what happened was somebody else in the household, I'm not mentioning any names, had an issue and called this number that flashed up on his screen. And lo and behold, we're spending about 3 hours with a scammer. Okay. So I should have known better, but the fact that I had this issue the day before kind of was already, raising my antenna about these issues. And I didn't know what he was doing. He just all of a sudden got me involved and it became a big to do. So, my lesson here is that when these things happen during Mercury retrograde does not cause these breakdowns. These breakdowns are happening, and you're probably getting the signs even before. But because certainly I was having issues with my computer not being upgraded the way it should be, and I was ignoring it, ignoring it, ignoring it. But it took an incident during Mercury retrograde for me to really do something about it. And what happened was it turned out bad because we ended up getting scammed. Now, nothing really bad came out of that except we lost a lot of time. We felt like fools. And I should have known better because it has happened to me before. So I just want to let you know that, don't talk to anybody about your computer online because these people are freaking smart. So what did I do? Well, I called the real Apple and I upgraded my computer. So that issue that was causing this time suck and causing me frustration and putting me in a bad energy, I decided to take control of it and get it fixed. It took me 2 days. The first day I was on Apple and she upgraded to the most recent, not the most recent software, but the level of software where it would not affect my other software, right? Because I have some programs that if they're only good for so many versions of Mac OS. But anyway, it took an afternoon on the phone, and it turns out that she didn't update it. She thought she did, obviously, and got off the phone, but I realized that I was still having the same issue. So the next day, I was brave enough to do it on my own. And that took another half day because it really did download this later version and it took hours. So what what could have been avoided? All this could have been avoided had I taken care of this issue months ago when I realized that it was going to be an issue. But duh, of course, I put it off, put it off, put it off, ended up getting scammed, ended up wasting basically 3 afternoons to really get it fixed. But now it's fixed and I've learned another lesson. So, really, to make Mercury retrograde, this period, work for you, it doesn't have to be like this, right? So, when you start to have these technical breakdowns, take care of them. They are causing money leaks in your life. Again, I own a business. I could have been getting work done in those 3 afternoons that I wasted, but instead I was taking care of my technology, which, mind you, had to be taken care of, but not that much of an investment. The other thing I hear is a lot where, it's just any kind of equipment. If you're having, say, for example, your oven is on the brink, right? And this happened to me. Our oven just cut off in the middle of baking. Get that fixed before it becomes too much of a problem, because when Mercury goes retrograde, that's when it really is going to break down. So again, Mercury retrograde doesn't cause these things. Mercury retrograde reveals the problems and makes them much worse. So you're pretty much forced to deal with them, right? So here are some tips when we are in Mercury retrograde. Number one, again, I already said, take care of any kind of technology before it gets to be an issue. But number two, retrograde is an RE word, right? So this is a time, really, these three weeks is a time to review, do anything that has to do with an RE word. Release, revise. I used to say rebrand when I was a branding strategist. Recreate, reignite, whatever. Just really take the time you need to reevaluate your life and do the revisions that need to be done to really help you move forward in the way that you want to live your life, because we all have these things that are holding us back, and they might be tiny things that turn into big things and take you 3 days to fix, or it might even be communication is the other area, right? Where are you not communicating your needs, right? That's the other thing, because there's a lot of miscommunication during Mercury retrograde. So this is just a time when these things are going to rear their ugly head, when they've been like nagging at you all along and you've just been pushing them away, ignoring them, saying, yeah, I'll get to that tomorrow, or, oh, it's not such a big deal. and then it does become a big deal. And Mercury retrograde, Mercury, our amazing planet, is going to really bring these things to the forefront. So, again, nothing to get stressed out about. I love Mercury retrograde because it is a time for me to revise, retreat, relax. I spent 3 hours sitting outside today when I could have been working, but I didn't feel like it. But really, it is a time to slow down and prepare for the time when Mercury starts to move forward again, things start to pick up, and you're in a much better place because you're relaxed, you've had a little bit of rest, and you can handle them and face them a little bit better and wiser. So that's my tip for today. Type in the comments if you're watching the replay, and I'm grateful for anybody who's here. I cannot see, but anyway, again, peace.